On Halloween night, in a quiet suburban neighborhood, children roam the streets in costumes, their laughter echoing in the cool air. A single jack-o'-lantern with a sinister, twisted face flickers weakly on an abandoned porch before its light goes out completely. Three friends, two boys and a girl, approach a decaying house at the end of the street. The house is surrounded by a rusted gate and overgrown weeds, its windows dark and lifeless. Despite their unease, one of the boys dares to press the broken doorbell, which emits a distorted, unnatural chime that lingers far too long. As the door creaks open by itself, the children exchange nervous glances. The interior is cloaked in deep shadows, with faint red light glowing faintly from somewhere inside. A cold, whispering voice emerges from the darkness, saying, "Trick or treat." The children cautiously step inside, the door slamming shut behind them with a deafening thud. The air inside is icy and stale, and every step they take sends echoes through the eerily quiet house. They clutch their candy bags tightly, their breaths quickening. The house appears frozen in time, with dusty furniture covered in cobwebs, faded wallpaper peeling off the walls, and photographs on the walls showing eerie, scratched-out faces. A faint giggle echoes through the empty space, making the children jump. One girl notices an old, cracked picture frame on the mantel. Inside is a family photo, but the parents' faces are violently scratched out, leaving only a smiling child dressed as a clown. Her flashlight flickers, and for a split second, the child's eyes in the photo seem to meet. The children move further into the house, entering a narrow hallway where the shadows on the walls seem to stretch and twist unnaturally. A loud thud from upstairs startles them, and they instinctively run into a dimly lit kitchen, slamming the door behind them. On the kitchen table lies a bowl of candy, but the wrappers are torn and sticky with what looks like blood. One boy reaches for a piece, and suddenly a disembodied, skeletal hand emerges from the bowl, grabbing his wrist with a vice-like grip before vanishing into thin air. The children notice a red glow spilling out from a partially open door that leads to the basement. The glow pulses like a heartbeat, and a cold draft rises to meet them as they hesitantly descend the creaking wooden stairs. Outside, the sky had deepened into a rich midnight blue. Snowflakes drifted gently down, glittering in the moonlight. The world outside was peaceful, as if everything had paused to watch over her. As they descend, the faint sound of children laughing grows louder, but it's distorted, almost inhuman. The basement is vast and impossibly dark, with only the red glow illuminating the space. Shadows move along the walls, but no one is there. Outside, the sky had deepened into a rich midnight blue. Snowflakes drifted gently down, glittering in the moonlight. The world outside was peaceful, as if everything had paused to watch over her. The girl turns her flashlight toward the stairs and sees a pale, skeletal figure with hollow eyes and jagged teeth standing silently at the top, blocking their escape. It tilts its head, watching them with an unnatural stillness before disappearing into the dark. Outside, the sky had deepened into a rich, midnight blue. Snowflakes drifted gently down, glittering in the moonlight. The world outside was peaceful, as if everything had paused to watch over her. In the center of the basement, the children find a circle of grotesque figures in tattered Halloween costumes. Their faces are melting and reforming, and they chant in unison, "Trick or treat, your soul's the sweet." The children scream as the figures begin closing in. One boy is dragged into the shadows, his screams echoing through the basement before fading into silence. The others try to run, but the figures multiply, their laughter growing louder and more distorted as the red glow intensifies. The girl, clutching her candy bag, finds herself alone and stumbles up the basement stairs, narrowly escaping the grasping hands of the monstrous figures. She bursts through the front door, only to find herself standing in the quiet, empty street at dawn. Looking back, she watches in horror as the house crumbles into nothingness, disappearing into the mist. In her trembling hand, she finds a single piece of candy, its wrapper stained with blood. A faint, haunting whisper lingers in the air. Happy Halloween.